Falcon Athletics Network. I'm your host, Tyson Evans, and on behalf of the entire team here, we want to say thank you for joining us. Today's show, we will have the opportunity to talk to men's and women's soccer to see how their season is going so far. We begin our show with men's soccer. The Falcons ended their weekend play 1-1 as they took on Shorter University Friday and Lee University on Sunday. The Falcons were able to defeat Shorter 3-1, scoring back-to-back goals near the end of the second period, winning their first conference matchup of the season. All three of the Falcons' goals that game were assisted on, and Brock Barbie, Till Schroeder, and Nick Morrow each scored their first goals of this young season. Then Sunday, the Falcons took on Lee University in their second conference matchup. At the 76-minute mark, Lee University would score the first goal of the game, and though the Falcons fought to tie things up in the end, they were not able to get the job done as the final score would be 0-1, making the Falcons an even 1-1 in conference matchups. Sophomore goalie Tomas Valle Gilbert had 9 saves that game, which were the most in his career. With me today is a 2-time Peach Belt Conference Tournament champion, the winner of the 2021 Gulf South Regular Season Championship, and the 2021 Gulf South Coach of the Year. Looking to come out on top this season in his 10th year as the head coach of the Montevallo men's soccer team, Coach Bruce Dieterle, and sophomore defender, Sebastian Flores. Thank you guys for joining us today. Coach, how y'all doing?
Great.
Doing well.
Sounds good. So, Coach, talk to me. What are your biggest takeaways from your team's play so far this season?
We're struggling to find our identity, but I think we found it this weekend. We've had to overcome a lot of adversity this year. Before the year even started, we had some guys come down with some injuries. One of our players actually had leukemia. So we've been struggling each week to figure out what the problem is and overcoming it. Luckily, our player has gotten better. Will is out of the hospital now. But the theme has been overcoming adversity. Each week we seem to be thrown a new curveball, and we've got to try and find a way to hit it.
So, Sebastian, Coach, earlier I was able to talk to you guys about the importance of leadership with the soccer team. So could you guys just speak on the importance of having 7 seniors in the locker room this year? Sebastian, yourself being a leader on the field, how's that impact been?
I mean, it's been great. We have a couple of old players, and we're trying to be leaders because that's what we need, because we have a lot of new players. So yeah, it's kind of our role, be a leader on and off the field.
Mm-hmm. Coach?
We like to cultivate leadership. I think that we have young guys that fill roles of leadership, but then you have to elevate them to positions of that leadership. I feel like the guys that in the spring really stepped up and stepped into roles and done a really good job embracing the new players. We added 18 new guys, so that means there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new things that you have to get to know, and the upperclassmen, the players union have done a good job in welcoming those guys.
Sounds good. Now this Friday, your team takes on the University of West Alabama at home, another conference matchup. The theme is the Sea of Purple. So what's the message going forward to your team in this game, and is there anything you guys want to say to the fans?
I mean, come on out, wear your purple, give us some energy. We'll try and entertain you and get some goals and make it fun, but come on out, have a good time, see us play, and give us some love.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys for your time. Here's the upcoming schedule for the men's soccer team. Now, as I said, this Friday at 5 p.m., the Falcons will look to take on West Alabama in their 3rd conference matchup of the season. After that, they'll be hitting the road to take on the University of Alabama in Huntsville, followed by another game October 6th against the University of West Florida. All remaining games are conference play. Coming up, we will discuss the Montevallo women's soccer team and have an opportunity to sit down with forward Angelina Rivas and head coach Jake Wyman. We'll be right back on Falcon Athletics Network.
Your success depends upon effective communication. Visit montevallo.edu/COFA. You create your future in communication studies and mass communication. You belong at Montevallo.
Welcome back to Falcon Athletics Network. Now, let's talk women's soccer. This past weekend, the Falcons dominated Shorter University 6-0. The Falcons were able to keep the ball for 71% of the match, and for the second time this season, 6 players scored on the Falcons. This past Sunday, the Falcons took on the number 19 ranked Lee University and ended up tying the game 0-0. That was the Falcons' 6th shutout of the season. Now with me today, I have the 2022 Gulf South Conference Freshman of the Year and all Gulf South Conference second team forward Angelina Rivas and our head coach, the winner of the 2019 Gulf South Championship and Coach of the Year, Jake Wyman. Angelina, Jake, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Coach, your team currently has a record of 5-1-2, sitting 3rd in the conference. What has been the reason for your team's success this season?
I think there's a lot that goes into winning games, but if you had to put your finger on one thing, I'd say team chemistry, team culture. We line up every day, but we have a lot of fun. So that's what I'd say.
Okay. And just touching on the last game you guys just played against Lee. Now, Coach and Angelina, last season your team lost to Lee in the quarterfinals of the GSC tourney. But this week your team was able to stop them from scoring and end the match in a tie.
Yeah.
What has this season been like for you so far, and what are the expectations you guys have going forward?
So far, you know, we've found ways to get it done. We found a way on Sunday to, like you said, keep a clean sheet against a top program like Lee. So expectations is we keep this thing rolling and try and win as many games as possible, get as many conference points as possible, and try and enjoy the ride with the girls that we got. So.
All right. Yeah. All right. So this Friday, the team travels to West Alabama. What are both of y'all's mindsets going into the game?
You know, our mindset is obviously we're headed to rival West Al. It's going to be a hostile environment, so we've challenged ourselves this year to be good on the road. So the mindset for us is to go into a not so friendly environment in Livingston and see if we can find a result against a team that's 1 point behind us. So it'll be challenging, but we look forward to it.
All right, sounds good.
I definitely think it's going to be a hostile environment. I think it is going to be a challenge mentally to keep our heads down, keep working, not let the fans get in our heads, not let whatever their team has to say, chirping, all that. But I definitely think it's going to be a good battle between two great teams.
All right. Well, we definitely wish you guys the best of luck, and thank you guys both for your time. Here's the upcoming schedule for the women's soccer team. Now, as I said, this Friday at 5 p.m., the Falcons will take on West Alabama. After that, they will end their 4-game road stretch Sunday against the University of Alabama in Huntsville. The Falcons look to improve their record. That's all the time we have today, folks. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more. This has been your Falcon Athletics Network. Hope y'all have a good one.